I am what I am. I am to be spinach when I eat me spinach. And Popeye the Sailor Man. Ooh, ooh. Yep. 75% off. Ooh. Back from 8 days off on the road. Out on the deck. 60 degrees here back in South Jersey. South Jersey General back. We're over 2,000 mile trip. 1,000 miles down, 1,000 mile back, basically. A little bit over. Look back at other videos to talk about up until the Dollywood a couple of days ago. Today being Sunday. November 9th. It started on November 1st, Saturday. So 8 days. 8 days a week. Yeah, that's it. Yep, trip down first day. South Carolina, Lake City. And that was different. I usually get around Florence, South Carolina, 9, 10, 11 hour mark. And I didn't say we filled the tank up of gas. Drive down, fill it up once before that. And then we usually make it down to almost off Daytona, where the Buc-ee's is. There's 3 Buc-ee's on the way down. One's in South Carolina. Next Buc-ee's is down below. Okay, roll down. Anyway, there's 2 in Florida. One's off the Daytona Orlando exit, right before that. And the other one's below Jacksonville. I do not like going to that one. Weird design, getting a lot of traffic. So if you're going down that way, the one in South Carolina is right off the highway. That's up at Florence, down below where I usually go for a hotel. It's like the 4th time going down. First 3 were right around Florence, and this one was Lake City, South Carolina. And not bad, but to get into it, took us through back road and it was getting dark. Sun was setting. It just felt odd. Fog started rising off the ground. Fields of cotton here and there. A lot of old looking buildings and stuff. The roads were very, very sharp here and there, down and up. And even on the map, look at something like Z's. They wanted you to not need an S turn, look like a Z turn. So that was okay. Not really. I mean, the hotel, there happened to be a guy who ran it, lived in South Jersey, and still his family lives here. They own hotels and Burger Kings and stuff. So he left the next morning, got pretty quick back on 95. He's out of the hotel, make a left at the light, and drive until you get back on 95. Then into Georgia, almost into Georgia. Must have been an accident. Google Map told us to get off the road and drive around a bit, go down a couple exits. And before we got on, there was a lot of people. They did get off, and everybody's following everybody. But I did not get back on the highway. I headed down to Brunswick, Georgia, off of Jekyll Island. So it was a very nice old town. And then across a big old bridge, saw a sign for Jekyll Island, a big gate-like way. And we just drove down to the highway, got back on, and got into Florida pretty quick. And traffic was steady down to the Buc-ee's off of the Daytona, Orlando, over to Orlando. And it said, did the trip to Epic Universe, and that's in the video, an earlier video. And we did the Orlando Universal Studios Isle of Adventure. I believe I talked about that. And then a day or two later, on Thursday, headed up to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And got there pretty quick, 12 hours, pretty quick. And the next day, Friday, supposed to meet some family. They did not show. They had to cancel. So being that we were worn out, Pooh and I were worn because we're old. 12 hours driving. We just stayed in the hotel all day. Till around 5:30, went to Dollywood. Around 5:30, it got dark low after that. The train, we didn't get on a train. The lines were too long because this was the first week of Christmas lights at Dollywood. So being a Friday, the place was packed. We did get on 2 rides that we never got on before. One was a dark roller coaster ride, very minimal roller coaster. What was that? Forget the name of it, but it was it's like supposed to be in a cave, an old town, and there's a big fire, and the fire department comes and saves everybody. It was nice for old people. Not very, very big for a roller coaster. But I think it's just a cute dark ride. Then we got up to where in Dollywood where they make it snow. That was a butterfly magic tree, and off of that there was you ride these little bears, mostly for kids. But so Pooh and I decided to go for a bear ride. So that was the 2 rides we got on. So a nice trip. I got a souvenir from Universal. Mel's Drive-In. They had a different colors. It was a Halloween leftover, but they used different colors in the drive-in part. Usually $12, 75% off. So I got it like for $3. So that's my keychain souvenir of the trip. We did get me a Bucky shirt from the Virginia stop. But that only opened this year. So now I got a Bucky's Virginia. I got a South Carolina one. I got a Florida one. I got a Georgia one now. I have my Virginia shirt, Bucky's. Yay! I had this on already. Got my Dark Universe hat from the Dark Continent. Again, look at the old video. See how I thought about Epic Universe. Trip back from Pigeon Forge. We did like an 8-hour drive to Virginia. Well, we stopped in Virginia for 8 hours. I'm stuck on Winston, but it ain't Winston. Winchester, Virginia State Hotel there, a micro hotel. Very nice, very good breakfast. One of the better breakfasts we had, I guess. We're minimized scrambled eggs, sausage, and they offer pancakes and stuff. What they did offer at the Pigeon Forge ones, they always gravy and biscuits and gravy. It's that southern thing, I believe. I think it's pork gravy, I believe. It's a white pork gravy. I did it the first day, but I didn't take the biscuit. I took home fries and dumped the gravy on the home fries, which I thought was good. Scrambled eggs every day. And they had ham the first day. They had sausage the next day. And the last day they had bacon. Had my bacon. So, all in all, good trip for 2 old people. With the gas going down, you stop twice for gas. On the 3rd stop was that Bucky's off Daytona. Usually with that, you can drive all around Orlando and everything when you leave this, just top it off. And then you can make one more stop to Tennessee. Let's see. I filled it up before I left from Tennessee into Virginia. And that, I think with that topping off, I get gas after that. Oh, people don't remember stuff. So, anywho, nice trip. So you can do it when you're old. You can get around. Just try to stay healthy, eat wise. I mean, you just never know. So right now I just feel lucky that Pooh and I can do stuff together. And like I said, the hotel app we use, we gain points. Like the hotel today was free. We use Wyndham Rewards. Wyndham Rewards. It's over the last 3 years. I mean, this trip too, we took percentages off. Probably say $30 a day on the hotels, and the free one today. So you can you spend some money first, then you save a little later. So I still have 8,000 points. So we don't know what we're going to go anymore this year. We're not going nowhere this year, and probably not going to go anywhere. I might go down to Orlando again in March or so, and maybe do one of those Orlando Informer nights. So we ever look into that, I have to look in. It costs a little bit of money, but what it is you go to Universal Studios and Island Adventures. The Orlando Informer, you pay. It's just like a greeting get-together thing. And it's very few, compared to what the park is. And you get free food, all the rides, and partly they say there's never really any waiting line. So whatever rides you really want to get on, you get on. This thing, so you can just walk around and see everything. Hagrid's motorbike ride, after anything, we want to do it again. And because we did the mummy ride, they make it overly rough because the ride itself is just a roller coaster in the dark again. But this one's a lot faster than the one at Dollywood. And then they break too much. Pooh's head still hurts a little. So overhyped mummy ride, and we did Men in Black. Like I said, we'll go back and look. Men in Black was just a little fun thing. Don't need to do it again. And so we just basically walk around. We better find an old town with Christmas lights so we don't have to pay. Find a southern one, a nice old southern town with Christmas lights, and I'm sure there's plenty around here. And maybe just a place to ride a horse and carriage or something. Yeah. But it's just fun doing things together. We're down to like 6-7 hour drives though, than a hotel. Can't do. We did, like I said, we did do 12 from Orlando to Tennessee, and we were worn out. Still worn out now. Go to bed soon, or lay in bed at least. Again, last night I fell asleep 3 or 4 times. Again, big souvenir. My keychain from Mel's Drive-In. Did the magic show again there, but hey, to all you people. Dark universe, epic universe. It's okay. Packed in. It's a packed in park. Like the universe, studios, and Island Adventure pretty spread out more. Yes, being epic, packed in, you don't walk as much. But noisier people, open alcohol, a lot of open alcohol at the Epic. I did notice it at Universal, but very, very few compared to Epic. Seems to make too much. You can smell it. I mean, walking in the park smelling beer, poured here or there. Don't like it. Nope. Be happy. I'll get back to normal, talking to myself tomorrow, maybe. So long, South Jersey General, Mr. Ed. And don't forget, your friend and mine, Popeye. I am what I am. And for that, end the stream. Old people, you can go out and do stuff, all right? Yeah, you can. You should. Sitting around, rotting away. Get up, walk, do something. Yes, your bones will hurt. You'll be tired. But it'll help you. It'll make you last a little bit longer, a little bit healthier anyway. Until the day you just kick the bucket. I ought to get me a bucket for that when I do that. All right, so yada, yada, yada. Yeah.